Hi everyone. In this video, we're going to talk about the power of the frequency of love and how to feel love. What is in your control? What is not in your control? What do you need to do in order to feel love? And what do you how do you basically just the frequency of love. Okay, it's confusing. So, okay, when let's say you have a person in your life and sometimes you feel really, really, really seen by the person, and sometimes you feel completely unseen by the person. What do you choose? What frequency? Both frequencies exist in you, both frequencies are true for you. Sometimes you feel like this person does not get me at all, he or she does not see me at all. They, I'm going to use they because or maybe I'll say he does not get me at all, he does not understand me at all, he does not know me at all. And and that is true, that is a true frequency, and that is the ego, that is the false ego. It's tugging, it's like a baby, it's like a child tugging at the skirt of the mom. See, this person does not love you, this person does not love, see you, know you, understand you, anything. Like, this person does not. And then there are other times when the person really sees, cuts through all of the layers inside you and just pierces your soul, and you're like, oh my goodness, how did he do that, how did he know to do that? And I mean, there have been times when I've just been, you know, I've had a phone conversation with someone and I'm just like crying for 3 hours straight because everything he says is just going straight into to the very depths of my very soul. It's just piercing. It's exactly what I needed to hear, and I'm just convulsively crying the whole time. And that same person's like, oh my goodness, he doesn't know me at all. Like, how is this possible? So, okay, we are all oceans of emotions, right? We are emotions. We're waves of oceans. Like, we're waves of oceans. We're an ocean of waves of emotions, and all everybody, men and women both are. It's just women may have them more frequently, and they may have higher peaks and lower crests. They might have more or troughs or whatever it is called, but they women may have them a little bit more, men may have them a little bit less, may, but both have them very much. Both are human beings, are very emotional beings, and we are oceans of emotions. So how do we look at these waves when we're talking about love? Both of these frequencies exist within us, right? The highs and the lows. And when we have this, like, when sometimes we have these little tiny little waves, they're just lapping up against us, and they're sweet and they're happy little waves, and, like, just a little high, a little low. It's like, it's all like, it can almost put you to sleep. It's like a lullaby. It's like so nice. And sometimes you have these tsunamis of waves that'll come in and they will take entire cities, countries, islands, whatever. It'll just take everything in its wake and destroy everything, and just and so, but those, they're highs. You feel these really high highs, and then you feel these really aftermaths of it sometimes. Um, so what do we choose? How do we experience love in our lives? And what is the best way to experience love in our lives? We have both frequencies of the highs and the lows. We have both frequencies of whether we're feeling loved by God, by people, whatever, or we're not. We have both. So what do we choose to give amplitude to? Do we give amplitude? Do we focus more? Do we give a million times more attention to the fact that we are seen, we are loved, we are just deeply, deeply loved? Or do we choose to give our attention to the parts where we're not loved? What are we choosing to give? What are we choosing to amplify in our lives? What waves are we, what is the amplitude that we're giving to the different waves that are coming in? Which one do we focus on? Which one do we give attention to? that is the crux of it. If we can manage to give our attention to the things that are going right, put all of our attention and all of our focus and all of our energy on what is going right versus what is going wrong, because it is our choice. It is very much our choice, and we can create this wave. I mean, Tony Robbins says that all the time. We can create our emotion. We can change our state in an instant, right? We can change our emotional state in an instant. How? By focusing, by remembering, by choosing to see what is beautiful in our lives, how much we are loved, how much we are seen, how much we're supported, how much of the positive we have in our lives. And when we do that, then we learn. The reason we feel negative is because we don't know how to set boundaries, or we don't know how to communicate with the person, or we don't know, we feel stuck somehow. I've had all kinds of things because I feel stuck, because I'm not able to say to the person that this thing hurts me, or I'm not able to say to the person that, or I'm not able, or even if I'm able to say it, I'm saying it with all the wrong energy, and it's just landing in a very different way, and months go by and years go by and things are just weird between me and somebody, and it's like, why? And then eventually, slowly, years later, sometimes, I mean, it can take much, it can be much faster, and the more you go through this process, the faster it becomes, because you learn, right? But you eventually, all of these little things just don't affect anymore, or at least they don't affect at that level. So you're at a level 2, and then a level 3, and a level 4. So the level 4, the level, if when you're at level 2, then level 1 problems don't affect you, and when you're at level 4, level 3 problems don't affect you, because you know how to handle them. But when you're at level 4, then a level 10 problem will affect you. So it's not that you've just immediately solved everything, but you've just raised your level so that all the lower level problems don't affect you anymore. So that all of these things that you're going through in your life, you're able to handle the lower level problems in a more easy way, and then the higher level problems in a less easy way. But you just keep going and you keep learning. And so even if you don't have the right energy to speak about it in the right way, or you don't have the right way to set boundaries, eventually you're going to start to learn that if I handle these kinds of situations in this way, then it's much easier for me, and then I can just I can bypass this problem that becomes huge and takes up years of my life sometimes. I mean, it will take up years of your life in the beginning when you don't know how to handle those level 4 problems or level 5 problems. When you're at level 1, it will take up a lot of time. But then once you've learned how to overcome them, then those particular level of problems will not affect you anymore, and you'll just be able to bypass them within an instant. You'll have the right energy when you say, hey, what's going on? Like, why didn't you call me? I called you. Why didn't you call back? Something like that. It'll just disappear, and it will not bother you. And the more you build your relationship with God, the more you ask God, you pray, and you ask God, can you please help me? This is something I learned from someone as well. I'm stealing, but this idea is just, it took me by storm. It's like, God, can you please help me see myself the way you see me? And we pray and we pray and we pray and we just pray, can you please help me? I'm looking at my deity right now. Can you please help me build love? Can you please help me feel your love, feel your acceptance, feel your um, yeah, can you please help me feel you? Can you please help me build my connection with you? Then everything else just becomes easier on its own, because then we are feeling loved. We're feeling so deeply loved by God. And part of the thing to do that is just feel gratitude for everything that's going on in your life. Just feel gratitude and listen to as much good good spiritual growth material as you can absorb into yourself, so that you're growing. um yeah so then when you get to a place where all of the love that you're seeing all around you takes a lot more priority and a lot more focus and a lot more attention in your life than all of the things that are not going well, then and you keep practicing, and you'll have waves and you'll have the lows, and you'll have this like, nobody loves me and nobody cares about me, and you'll have those feelings and those days and those moments, and that's okay too. You allow yourself some time to get over it, but then you make a very conscious decision. This is not where I'm going to live. This is again another Tony Robbins thing. He says, we do not live. Where do you live? Where is your emotional home? Do not live at a place which is a lower level place. Live at a place which is a higher level place. And that's it. That's all that it takes. It's yeah, very simple but not easy to implement. And but keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Don't give up, and you will keep increasing, keep increasing, and keep increasing your level, and you will eventually be okay. Eventually you will build your connection with God, and nothing else will matter. Okay, that's it for today. That's it for this video. See you in the next video. Bye.